things where they're like, don't move. They just do it all for you.
What the?
Shit's fucking twisted. I don't even know if I'm upside down or right side up. You can go ahead and start, Spence.
And we're starting. Welcome to the Itch Network podcast. The date is 2/6. And we're starting 2020. Welcome to the Itch Network podcast. Read those comments. We got a ton of news today. We got some future predictions about the PlayStation 5 versus the Xbox. What's it called again? Xbox
Scarlet? That was the project name.
It's got a new one. Xbox Super X.
X rectangle.
Xbox.
Xtangle.
Xtangle. I like Xtangle.
Sounds like a
Xbox next one.
whatever.
You don't use Chrome.
That's what it says. Something like that. We're gonna have some predictions with that. We got some exciting games. But before we talk about any of that, JD, what have you been playing this week?
Well, I'm glad I asked myself.
Oh, he's got a stack.
Code Vein.
No, you got it.
Yeah.
He's talking to me about getting that. Have you started it?
Yeah, I'm like more than halfway through it.
Oh shit! How is it?
It's like Dark Souls, but with anime. And I have Greedfall.
It's like double the gay. What's Greedfall?
It's I guess it's sort of like Fable, but it's like 1980s RPG, and you have magic and shit.
What?
Yeah. Man,
How's the Greedfall?
I haven't touched it yet.
Oh, okay.
I gotta beat what's going.
Code
Man.
first.
I have Indivisible.
Oh, that's the like RPG / fighting mechanic kind of game.
Made by the people that made Skullgirls. So this one is my what's the shit called? Period of resistance. What is it?
Peace out. Resistance.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh,
The Piece of Resistance.
Spencer knows your words better than I do.
Spence is French.
Top
And then-
player.
I've been is that French?
You know, I've heard it's a little bit of German, a little bit of French. I heard somebody say it's all German. I'm not sure.
You know something, JR?
You know what? Let me tell you.
It's
All I have to say is it's part French.
and let me tell you something. And oh, you already said that one. What's another one? The fact of the matter is, that's The Rock's favorite.
Yeah.
So we're doing that shit. But he's so cuddly. You buy the man pizza, and all he wants to do is cuddle.
I see some Netflix in your future.
Oh no, it's pure chill. Let me tell you. And
Don't
Final
need
Fantasy.
Netflix.
We don't need Netflix to get a boner, right? And Final Fantasy, because after Eric sent me the live letter thing that I wasn't paying attention to because I haven't been following the game, the trailer, which begins about 45 minutes into the live
I
letter,
know. Jesus Christ.
was pretty hype. And a lot of people are saying that's the best trailer that the game's come out with for a patch. It's not even an expansion, which is actually really impressive, all things considered. So I logged back onto that a little bit early. I was playing that, and then my brother hadn't seen it either. So, and the thing is, this isn't Japanese, so you're like, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. I just see the visuals. And then they released the English trailer, and everything is like on its head. So it's the golden age of MMOs, man. There's all kinds of shit happening in that game. So time will tell. I'm going to hop back on that more consistently. I'll probably try and play it weekly and do weeklies, that kind of shit.
Very
So
cool.
yeah. Yes.
What have you been playing, Spencer?
I've been playing Teamfight Tactics. It's like a League of Legends spin-off game.
Mm.
And I'm so helplessly addicted, and I got to gold status in its ranking system, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Only pros get to gold.
It's only 4% of the player base is there. All the other scrubs are silver or bronze.
There's about 40 players playing. So
no, there's a lot. There's a lot of players.
Oh, I'm sorry, 44 players.
It's more like it. And then, but don't get too excited because it goes gold, and then it goes diamond, then it goes platinum, and then it goes challenger. So I still have a while to go.
Oh, so you're not that good.
I'm 4%.
Top 4%.
But you could be 2%.
I'm like the top 5% basically because it goes really, really small after gold. Like
how do you
like matches?
What's the player base itself? Like, is it like 5,000 people, 10,000 people? Do you keep playing against the same usernames?
No.
I keep doing the same strategy and it's working. Just keep jungling mid.
It hits 33 million monthly players.
Oh, damn. Okay. 4% of 33 million is pretty damn good, Spence.
Thank you.
Yeah, I still think you suck.
I guess mathematically you could say I'm 1 in a million.
Yeah?
No.
Not quite, like but almost. Almost. For 100 million.
4% of 33 million? Isn't that? No. Yeah, okay, math. Fuck it.
It's not a million.
No,
it's not a million. Yeah. You're less than that.
33 million.
You're 1 in 100,000, sure.
Yeah.
Maybe a half of a million. But you're not that special.
You took all that time to tell me I'm not special. I'm hurt.
You set yourself up. I'm just knocking them out, bud.
I'm hurt, but that's okay. And then I'm almost done with Super Mario RPG.
Oh yeah, you were playing that last week.
I know he loves that game.
It is a good game.
It's all right. It's very old.
Yeah.
And it shows it every step of the way. I don't think it's as refined. I think JD's right that Superstar Saga really refined that a lot more. It's got like hints of what they were trying to do with Superstar Saga, but it's like way more simplified and a lot more unclear. Whereas Superstar Saga is very flashy and it kind of tells you what you're supposed to be doing as far as like dodging attacks, and because really you don't even dodge attacks in it. If you just time it right, you kind of block. That's it.
Oh,
like there's no like mechanic where like something will come at you and you can jump over it or anything. It's
not Marioized.
No, it's just weird. In fact, you don't even like jump on people. You punch them or hit them with a hammer.
What kind of blasphemy is this?
Yeah.
Sounds like Donkey Kong Origins.
Yeah.
Touch that. I've actually never played a Donkey Kong game.
Whoa, really? Not even the rare Super Nintendo ones?
What, 64?
No, the Super Nintendo
Country.
Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, isn't that the one on 64? That's the first one on 64, right?
No. There's only one really on 64.
So that's the first one.
No, that's called Donkey Kong 64. Donkey Kong Country is for Super Nintendo.
No, I haven't touched that one. No, the only one I played was that I've actually like maybe held at the same time, but never beat a level. Like held the control, I mean, but never beat a level as Donkey Kong 64. We used to have a guy.
Baby.
Huh?
I thought you caressed it like a baby.
Like,
hold the cartridge like this.
No,
Donkey
I mean
Kong
I played Smash
Country for the Super Nintendo is actually really good platforming.
Mm.
Like it is really good platforming. It
probably is my favorite was the second.
Yeah,
you know
the second one. Yeah,
you know it's better platforming than all those.
Oh my god, no.
Sonic.
Who's going to see that movie?
I'll
see it. Why don't we see it? You want to all see it?
Well, yeah. I mean, it depends. Eric.
If I want to do that for my birthday?
No, not for your birthday. You're better than that. We could do better than that. We'll actually throw you something for your birthday.
Throw me into the movie theater to watch Sonic, the game that, like, my very first childhood video game.
You just want to see it get tormented and destroyed?
Sudoku. What the fuck? Anyway, maybe not that. We could do something better for you.
Okay. What do you want to do on my birthday?
Treat you better. The first starter.
Oh shoot, the audio cut out. Oh.
What?
Our audio?
You're back.
I was about to lose.
I thought I heard it clip.
Yeah, dude. Me too. My God, we look like a same-sex couple right now. Right, honey? Yeah. Tell
We're
me
an
more.
alternative
Finish my
podcast.
sentence.
We're an alternative podcast.
Alternative.
I'm sad Rosie isn't here, but hopefully he'll show up next week.
Yeah, I've been talking to him throughout the week, trying to get him to get the D&D stuff moving.
He hasn't said shit to me. So.
Speaking of that, Eric, what are you working on? I don't know, playing games or anime or what? What's your deal this week?
Setting up this D&D campaign for all of us. Been doing a lot of work researching and the people who have made stories like that have made backgrounds. I've been trying to figure out how, like, what aspects of the D&D, like the Waterdeep village or town, what parts of it they enjoyed and they're starting to explore, because that Waterdeep place is humongous.
Isn't it sort of like Lovecraftian?
I don't really know what that means.
So like he was really big into. All right, so
I don't think it's Lovecraftian.
Really.
No, there's no like
there's
nothing like cosmic about it, and like.
Well, it doesn't have to start as cosmic. That's when you get like really in depth on it. It's just a demon. There's a lot of water, right? And it deals with the demon.
There's a lot of water.
Hold on. Demon that starts. Ignore him. Demon that starts with. There's a lot of water surrounding it, and is the demon water based, or comes from the deep?
No. So Waterdeep is just like a.
It's right there in the name. Sorry, all right.
So Waterdeep was basically this bay that they went into, and like as the pirates were trying to settle in it, a lot of them were sinking, and they never could find the sunken ships. But it was from like pirate battles, not from anything like super crazy.
Damn it.
There's like a part of the town that's like the undead crypt, like where there's a lot of like undead weird shit going on. But this town is like, it's humongous. It's like an entire state like size, like the way that the map looks and stuff, and all the things that they pack into this town. It's really crazy. And there's like no crime in the town because of the way their law structure works. Yeah. It's like,
there is one way that it's Lovecraftian. Inherent racism.
Yeah, that's not Lovecraftian. That's Jim Crow, Ian, maybe.
No, that H.P. Lovecraft was very racist. He was very clear about it.
He was racist, but he also, I mean, yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, he was not accepting of an individual.
No, he hated them. He really hated them.
Hated the blacks. Yeah, no, he wasn't the best. Man, good stories.
He really had a good yarn, though.
Man, that racism was on point. That's crazy racism. Wonder where he got it from.
Well,
yeah, I've been working on that, and like a few people have reached out to me with some super, like, their characters are like pretty well defined of what the character does and like the actions he'd take and the personality. Like, I get that real quick, but then they're telling me like, oh, I know this family and I have a friend in that family. I have some stake in this game. I have some skin in this game if this family would go down. Just like telling me weird stories like about the. So it's made me go and research the different families. Like, oh, this is actually a known family that has like history and like actual lore in this town. So it just makes me go read about it and be aware of it. Not that I'm really writing with them in mind, but if they start talking about how like, oh yeah, I'm going to ask Jeffrey to send me 100 gold. I'm going to be like, well, Jeffrey's currently like doing something. He's not going to respond to you anytime soon. So your request for 100 gold, he'll get that in a month or something. Like as the DM, kind of like things to think about. Like when they go, oh, well, I have, because like when players don't tell you like what they're aiming for, like they're like, oh yeah, let's go to the merchant tower, and then you go to the merchant tower and be like, oh yeah, he's my best friend. This merchant's my best friend. He gives me free stuff. It's like, no, like he's not gonna just give you free shit. Like I'm gonna preemptively know, like, oh yeah, he was murdered. Do you want to find out who murdered him?
Is that legal to do that? Where they're like, yeah, man, we're cool. He offers me discounts.
Yeah, I mean, if they wrote it in there and I didn't read it, sure.
That's so.
But I mean, the point of me being the DM is to read everyone's stuff and like make sure that they're they're not being crazy with it.
But
I still want them to be like have liberty to do whatever they want in this open world game. Like I want them to do stuff, but I want them to do it within reason.
It's like having kids. I want you to have a life, but just don't kill anybody.
Just quick
so
FYI.
You're here to stop the tomfoolery.
Your guys'
allow some of it and stop most of it.
Your guys' audio did switch to the webcam.
Oh, can't hear Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer, can't hear you, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna text them. I think there's been something we've been having trouble with their mic. And I think it has to do with the Yeti. They might have to get a new one.
Nothing's coming through.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, this isn't working. That thing didn't get recognized.
We're taking care of some stuff.
Audio switch to the webcam?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can still hear us.
That is...
We just can't hear you at all.
Okay. Just unrecognized itself.
Well, it's also
where they get the audio from.
Put it on one of the ones in the front, because one of them is broken.
This would be a good time to thank our sponsor, Quick Trip. They always come through in a pinch. You can get your gas, you can get your burritos, you can get your delicious pizza, anything you ever wanted. You can get a pack of cigs if you want. You can get anything. Make sure you stop by Quick Trip, mention the Itch Network. They'll ask you what you're talking about, but you'll probably get a cool discount. I don't know. Just give it a shot.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, now I can hear you. This is... Whack Donald's up in this bitch.
I think this mic took a shit. Or the cable did.
But we're coming through the what's called, right?
Webcam.
Yeah. We'll deal with it. It's not the end of the world. But anyway, I did want to ask you about the campaign. You said that the other people had a lot of details, but how serious are they taking it?
So one guy, super detailed and very, very, like, not very, very serious, but he, like, has been studying, like, the noble, like, his character is going to be a noble. So he's actually studying and researching the different houses of nobility and stuff in Waterdeep.
Okay. Before I go any further with my current character, are they expecting a serious game? Would I be best to play a more serious character, because my character is retarded?
Are you ever a wrestler?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try. He's trying to be a wrestler. He literally changed his name to the Scorpion, so his first name is that, and he is just trying to channel wrestling.
That takes over.
The whole thing.
Is that coming through?
I think it's still the webcam.
Okay, let's fix that.
Yeah, so one of the things that I'm planning on doing, which I think is really fun,
The whole thing created.
I'm planning on doing one-on-ones, like one-on-one sessions with each person with their character that they created. They'll probably be like shorter, like 1 hour sessions or something like that, but it's going to allow people to like play test their character that they're making. So if they make a character and they just don't have fun playing as him, or if they don't really understand how to do it, they can change up their character or create a new character, whatnot. Because like I was talking, I don't remember if you were there, Spence, but I was playing a campaign and this dude was like, I'm afraid of fire. I'm deathly afraid of fire. And then the DM put a fire puzzle in front of him And he was like, and there's a shining diamond at the end of it. And he goes, oh, I run through the fire and grab the diamond.
Yeah.
It's like, but your character's deathly afraid of fire. Why did you run into fire? He's like, well, because there was loot at the end of it. It's like,
Well,
okay,
he
you're not. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, all right, dude. So you're not actually playing your character. You're not. Whatever you wrote down doesn't mean shit to you. So,
right.
Why should the DM care? Huh?
So what do you think?
Those are mic arms.
Well, I mean, not all of them are.
Let's look into this in a little bit, because
I just want to problem solve now.
You're just gonna buy something random right now.
Well, that's what I'm asking you.
Let's research it and find out what's
It's
the
not
current
random if I
mics.
told you about it first.
Yes, right?
Oh, do you want the Overwatch Blue Yeti microphone?
Oh, hell no.
It's cheaper than the actual Blue Yeti microphone.
No, hey, look at that one.
Well, that one's a used one.
Renewed.
Renewed.
I wiped off all the cum stains. It works just fine.
No, so like I'm gonna play test with everyone in like these little 1 hour sessions. That box that I bought that is set up for one-on-one sessions. I'm gonna run those little campaigns or those little missions out of that.
Okay. But my original question stands. Would I, because you know I'm flexible, would I be better off running a more serious character with this group? I'd be really bugged when my character starts shouting at them all the time, because that's what people do. That's the whole point of the
Listen here,
character.
brother.
I don't think they would. I think they'd play around with it. Like, I think they'd play around with it pretty well.
Okay. 'Cause I don't want to scare them off.
No, I think after I play with each person one-on-one, because some of these people have never played D&D before.
Okay.
So I gotta kind of also teach them how to play at the same time. I think they'll be fine at it, but I think it'll be a little bit of a learning curve as far as rules go. But as far as like them being open to actually like role playing, it'll be a little weird for them to be just sitting in a room and like with people they don't know starting to role play. I mean, every time that we start a new group and meet new people, sometimes it's pretty hard to get people to start doing voices or start really role playing their character until they feel comfortable.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Anrab Pocado 84 Mo. How you doing?
Yeah, what's going on? The Itchinites Pie about to design panels, overlays, face cam. I'm going to make this quick for you, so check out the URL in my profile's image.
Well, we don't enjoy anything quick. We do hour-long streams every Thursday.
Yeah.
We like it slow, with lots of dialogue.
He looks at me when he says that.
All right.
Someone doesn't shut the fuck up.
Real quick, Eric, what animes have you been watching? We know you've been.
You should have asked me that question because I've been watching animes.
I watched half an episode of Hiro no Sora. Hiro no Sora.
You're okay with that one.
It's the basketball one. I actually am starting to enjoy it.
I'm not okay with that.
Yeah. I'm enjoying that more and more every week.
Okay. Very cool. JD's not watching anime. I don't need to worry about that. Okay.
Yeah, then whatever.
Next up, we got some movies. Here's the reviews. The Assistant is at... These are pretty low-scoring movies. The Assistant is your highest one at 76. Horse Girl, which I want to see just based on the title, although I feel like I'm going to be disappointed when I see that movie,
Bestiality
is at a 66. Couldn't gallop to a better score.
Look at 69.
We got The Lodge is at 64. Timmy Failure Mistakes Were Made. I don't know what that is. It's at a 62. Seems like that was a mistake in making that movie. Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Pass.
Got a 61.
I heard she's good. It's just not a good movie.
Okay, here's the summary.
Don't.
No.
No, we already know it, dude.
You ever hear the one about the cop,
my
the songbird, the psycho, and the
You're
mafia
doing it.
princess?
You're doing it in the wrong accent. You ever hear about the one? The clock.
Forget it.
No, man, you gotta pack your cat, all right? You pack it at the harbor, and then you unpack it.
Birds of Prey is a twisted tale told by Harley herself, only
you
Harley can tell it.
Watch, what's it called?
You guys don't want to watch that? That's like a...
No, John Krasinski. It was the video about packing your cat. Chris Evans, the commercial, Super Bowl.
Oh, I didn't watch the Super Bowl. That's when I took peace.
Yeah, I didn't watch Super Bowl either.
I didn't watch the Super Bowl either, but I at least watched the commercial.
Why?
Because it was fun. It's John Krasinski.
What a slave to capitalism you are.
Wow, you can get this dick. It's freaking John Krasinski. That's the boy. It's Chris Evans. Never does me wrong. And then it's random girl from SNL whose name I can't remember. What a winning combination. It's good to go. Pack your cat. Whatever.
Yes, pack your cat. It sounds like a wicked fun time.
It is. Yeah, it's wicked.
All right, we got Kentucky games. Kentucky Route Zero TV Edition 67. Kunai. Is that Kunai with chain?
I was gonna say.
Get 75. Zombie Army Dead War.
They're still coming out with Zombie Army.
Got a 71. Oh, I was looking forward to this last week. Maybe not so much now. I'll read the reviews.
Disco Elysium.
The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance Tactics is a 61.
So you're gonna let a review determine if you like something?
Well, I'll read ahead and see what they're complaining.
Godhand got a 4 out of 10. And I fucking love that game.
Earned every point.
Thanks, EGN.
Warcraft 3 Reforged got a 60, which seems quite generous from what I've heard from the user reviews.
Yeah.
It's like 0.2 or something was the user.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
I heard that. So they outsourced it, right?
Yeah.
And then in addition to that, they also messed with the original game's coding. So like you can't even go back and play with the original game right now. Like the one you purchased already and you own, when you go and play it, they've messed with like the character designs and stuff on that. So like you end up, I think some of the models are even broken, like where they just come up as question marks.
That's what I was saying last week, but no one was listening to me.
On the but the original game.
JD, yeah. Eric's trying to tell me something.
I can't wait to RKO your ass this weekend. There's no pay-per-views this weekend, so it's just gonna be a normal day. Just hit you one of these.
Got some extra time. Okay, let's see. I got some more articles about this. So things that they talked about in the announcement for it was a fully remodeled characters and animations, remastered maps and campaigns, an upgraded UI and world editor, and reforged in 4K resolution.
Didn't happen.
But do you want a USB mic or an XLR? Do you want USB audio or do you want USB?
You gotta want USB.
What's a XLR?
You would need to buy a audio interface that this plugs into that then USBs into your computer.
How much is that?
Probably another 60.
And a lot of it, I was using one earlier, and it came in as mono.
Is that the when we had the issue?
No, on my home thing.
Oh.
For a home setup thing.
Yeah, no, it would not do what Spencer just said. I would make it not do that.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Finagle it. Careful.
Just look it up on what's it called. But let me think about it till the morning.
Yeah, of course, dude. I love researching things and waiting time to think about them.
Another interesting
sounds like sarcasm, but I believe
another interesting thing about the Warcraft 3 situation.
Yeah.
Is all the custom games that you make, like anything that you create using their thing, apparently Blizzard completely owns them.
Yeah, you know why? Because if you get Dota, the next Dota, you're gonna cash in on it.
I didn't even think about that. That's funny.
Dude, I was watching a breakdown of that. Someone's like, yeah, so essentially if you make the next best thing that's better than Warcraft 3 or whatever, that ends up being something, they want intellectual, rights to it. Isn't that some shit?
That's funny.
Well, it seems like you can get around that pretty easily.
How?
Well, you just make something on a different thing and call it something else.
I mean, yeah, you could, theoretically, but you also have to look at, like...
That's what League of Legends is.
Yeah, but League of Legends wasn't based off of another game.
Yeah, it was.
What?
Based off of Dota.
Based off of Dota.
Yes, but I'm saying it wasn't based... Warcraft 3, right? Dota came from Warcraft 3. It was a mod.
Right.
And then they made Dota 2, right? That's what I'm saying. League of Legends is its own entity.
They made Dota 2 after League of Legends.
Okay, either way, I'm not trying to give you a timeline. I'm saying that based upon that, right, they made another MOBA style game.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So it came from a different game engine. League of Legends didn't come from a different game engine in the sense of it was a completely separate game and then became League. It's more of, hey, we made this from the ground up being League. So what other game... What I
mean is you could theoretically...
What other game could you do that in is what I'm telling you.
What I'm saying is you can take whatever worked in the mod you made in Warcraft 3.
Answer the question. What other game could you make that in is what I'm saying.
Wait, I don't understand what your question is.
What other game could I have that's designed and based upon something else could I theoretically make a different game mode out of?
Literally
any game outside of like Minecraft or whatever. No, it's depending on the game. I can't do that with like a game like Code Vein.
I'll give you another one.
With Dark Souls.
Tower defenses.
Okay, what's the first tower defense?
The first one I remember was from Warcraft 3, but I think they made them in StarCraft or something before that.
Okay, so they made it from StarCraft or Warcraft, right?
Yeah.
So the first StarCraft and probably the third Warcraft or maybe the second one.
Maybe.
What game that's out now could you do that with the same engine?
You make it
hide and go seek.
You make it with your own thing.
Fog of War.
What game?
The Unreal Engine.
What? Never mind. Just go on.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand.
Exactly. I know you're not getting. I'm saying because you're like, oh, you just make it on something else, and I'm like, okay, what other game do you have? Because
no, you're misunderstanding. Not make it on another game. Make it on an Unreal Engine or something.
Most people aren't going to go, let me learn Unreal for the sake of this.
But a company will do it. That's what I'm saying. League of Legends did exactly that.
A company doesn't start off as a company. It may be one or two guys, but it's not going to be a company in that case.
You're more likely to get someone who's did. That's literally what Riot did.
Right. Riot copied off of a formula.
Yeah.
And they made their own thing. Yeah. That's fine. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, show me a developer that's going to go, in this case, because it's been modified, show me someone who's going to go, you know what, I'm going to learn Unreal just so I can make this other kind of game that I'm so confident in the genre of. Mobile was a stroke of genius in that case.
I mean, literally anybody could do that.
Can you do it?
I could learn it, but I'm not going to. But I'm just saying, if somebody were
you sound like every other guy that's playing games.
If somebody were so inclined, they would say, wow, this was really fun in that Warcraft 3 thing I made. I can't make it with them because Blizzard apparently owns it. So I'll just make it in Unreal Engine.
By that logic, anything is possible.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. That's what I mean is I don't know why that. I don't understand how they could even really do that. Because somebody could just make it in something else and then. Like, what is the whole point of Blizzard owning it?
To protect against someone making another Dota-style game in their engine. Because Dota was made in their engine. That's why.
But how would they get access to their engine?
Because you can create maps, you can create your own game modes.
But the whole point is so you can sell it. You don't when you make the mods in these, you're not selling them. You're making them for free, so there's no money to be made. So
okay, but there was still the tournament scene for the original Dota, right?
Is there? I don't.
There was still money to be made there, even if the game itself was free.
I didn't know there was a tournament scene for it. I knew people played it.
So what Blizzard's doing is that if you create the next best concept, they are then able to then create their next video game.
They have rights to it.
So like it would be like if you oh, I keep doing that. I'm sorry.
It's the only way Spencer can get me to shut up.
Well,
Pull the
he
mic!
can still hear you.
I know he can hear me.
But you can't hear
RKO
him.
Sunday.
So what I was getting at though is that like say for your company you went, oh my god, I have this idea of how to save millions of dollars a year, and you developed it, implemented it for your company. They then own the rights to whatever they
Whatever solution
you came up with, to where it would be sharing trade secrets if you went and did it for another company at that point.
Can they do that?
They just did. They put it in the terms of service.
No,
That's
but
what
like,
they-
if another company wanted to make a very similar game and just like tweak it slightly.
But it's preventing you from, like, you are the creator of this, and it's preventing you as the creator from taking that concept and going out with it.
I guess we'd have to read that. I mean, not that I want to read that. I'm sure 25-page legalese document, but
It's riveting.
that seems unlikely they could really do any of that, because you could just start up your own thing and build it. That's literally what League of Legends is.
We'd probably have to read it to
Yeah.
really know the extent of it. I'm pretty sure they can if they're putting it that clear as day in the terms of service.
You're always going to be able to make copycat stuff. Like Dota and League of Legends exist.
Paladin and
Paladin, yeah.
Paladins. Yeah.
Like there's mimicry all over the place, but like if you develop something in their game and said, oh my god, this is amazing, I'm going to pull out the coding of this, copy it out, put it in, and install it on my computer, get a creator going to where I can edit all this coding, and you use some of their source code to create your said game.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't even know if it's source code. Like, if you made it on theirs and then it became popular and you tried to turn it into something else, they'd probably be like, well, we got full reign. You're going to have to start from scratch now, in the sense of just like a different engine entirely. I don't even think do we have access to their source code? I don't know if it's public.
Yeah, that's what I'd be confused about. Like, if they could even access the source code, because that's pretty powerful if you can do that.
You could do, I mean, it's usually developmental products like Blender. When I'm working with Blender, you have access to the source code. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Just neat.
That's going to be interesting. I wonder if somebody will make something unique with the Warcraft 3. It sounds like not, because everyone's just mad at Blizzard.
If they're smart, they won't. But nope, nothing here. And then try and
They might
find
as well just
something
make it
else.
on the original Warcraft 3.
Right? I didn't sign no fucking contract. Fuck you, Blizz. Yeah, no, they're not making any good moves lately. That's not looking at how they've. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Warcraft 3, but I can, if they did that to like Diablo 2 remastered, I'd lose my fucking mind. Because that's a game very near and dear to me, and I can imagine some people in Warcraft 3, it's very dear to them, and they're like, dude, you fucked this.
Yeah. How many?
So,
I mean, does Blizzard just suck now, though? Maybe?
I wouldn't say they suck, but Overwatch 2 looks like shit, so it's give and take.
Because Overwatch sucks. Warcraft 3 sucks.
Well, let's be specific. Overwatch 2 looks bad. We haven't played it, so we don't know if it actually is. It just doesn't look like there's much to offer.
I was going to say, it doesn't look bad, it just doesn't look that different.
It doesn't. Okay, yeah, that's a better way of putting it. Diablo looks great. If I'm being honest, I would love to be involved. God, look at all those opportunities.
Full time.
Moving on. Never mind, man.
You seen some honeys?
No, he's looking up Blizzard's
Job posting.
273 job postings.
Oh, I wouldn't sign up for that.
Not even my company has that many. We're at like 30 or 20. And they don't range from that far out. It's slim pickings in my place. So
Gotcha.
that's interesting.
Let's see if we can get JD a job on the Diablo team.
No, I'm not qualified, man.
He can be the hype man.
I feel so fucking let down, man. Oh, designer, dungeon designer, specifically. I'm the dungeon designer. There was a major guy from who made Gears, Epic, that went to work for what's called
Only 2 years experience.
I know, right? But 2 years experience means I'm doing QA for 2 years, wasting my life away, fucking bumming it out in California.
Getting to where you want to be for the rest of your life.
I would like to, but yeah.
Let's talk about dreams.
Well, I've got a link here that's like a dream come true.
What?
You guys ever heard of a little game called Phantasy Star Online 2?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
And tell me more, or I'll tell it. It's up to you.
Well, I'll get it started, I guess. You can sign up for the closed beta, which starts like tomorrow.
Are you doing that?
I think it's
Nope.
on the Xbox One X or Xbox One though.
Xbox One only.
Yeah.
You have to sign up through there and play on there, and then after 6 months, you can then move that character over to PC.
Wait, can't we just play on PC?
You can, but you got to wait 6 months.
No, like the Game Pass.
If you wait 6 months.
I don't know if it's on Game Pass or not.
There's literally no option to be like, hey, I don't have an Xbox, but I know you guys are pushing PC like synergy.
They
But
might.
no.
In 6
won't know
months.
until they do it.
When it actually launches.
I think what Eric's getting at is this is bullshit.
No, it totally is.
Yeah.
It totally is
fucking
bullshit.
whack. Are you kidding me? All right, Sega, you pick the side, damn it.
I think you can wait. On your Xbox One or Windows 10 device.
Ooh, we in there, man. Come on now, don't let me down. Don't let me down, bro. Coming to Steam.
Eventually.
Well, yeah.
When does it actually come out though?
Next fucking millennia.
I thought it was later this year.
There's so much shit coming out later this year. No!
Nope.
Are you sure?
Well, are we getting in on this?
So,
I want to.
I don't
but
Spence, I don't trust you with MMOs, man.
Why not? I'm a good time.
You know why?
It's not going to be like some gauntlet situation.
No, it ain't Gauntlet, man. When was the last time we played?
You have to tell me.
I have to tell you, you take no initiative. All right. Eric.
I get pulled in like 8 different directions. You know I'm a busy guy.
Who do you think also gets pulled in 8 directions? And then now he's telling me let's run a campaign. I'm getting pulled in 9 directions now.
Wow.
Come on, man. And I'm like,
so
all right.
hard for you. Oh my god.
Spring 2020.
Ooh, that's soon.
I can't really see because.
I mean, you can take out that block if you want, but look at the numbers.
Yeah, no, I don't want to either.
Yeah.
But.
PlayStation lifestyle, get the fuck out of here. Anyway.
There we go. Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
It's gonna be whack.
First time exclusively on
it's
the
actually
Xbox One and
Wikipedia.
Microsoft Windows in early 2020.
I wish they do Dragon's Dogma online. Like, you can really role play that game. On the healer, come to me if you want island. I'm gonna attack them.
Well, I'll get in on this if you guys do.
That does not look like a friendly website.
No. There we go.
Yeah,
I missed the nest.
My brother will be in on it, obviously. So I guess means I'll be in on it. I guess that means Eric will be on it because that's our childhood. I think that's it. I think Rosie might get in on it, but
I'm excited that it's coming on the Switch.
yeah, that's gonna be interesting. It's not cross-plat, I'm hoping.
It will be.
Or I mean, I'm hoping it is. I'm sorry. Does it say it specifically?
So, second quarter for PC in 2020. The beta is coming out on the Xbox. I actually have 2 of my friends are actively following this game, and they are. One of them purposely went out and bought a used Xbox so that they could get into the beta.
Why would you? Okay. I feel like I'd play like a ranger class again. No, I played warrior. I played Humar.
Play like a ranger class.
Shut the fuck up. God.
What the hell? Starts February 7th on Xbox One. Oh my Christ.
Forbes, of all people. Kick rocks, Forbes.
I've turned off my ad blocker.
You lied, man? You liar.
Damn it! They caught me.
Right. Hey!
I'm smarter than that website. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I'm smarter than that website. I'm so smart. I am smart.
He copied the entire website and then he put it on Paint. So he can just scroll down.
It took a print screen so I could finish reading
I'm
this.
smarter.
You win.
Yeah, every 15 seconds a new ad would pop up on the screen.
Mobile platforms.
Direct sequel to Phantasy Star Online, which released so on and so forth. It was also released for the Vita, PS4, Nintendo Switch.
Dude, look at that. Look at the playtime.
Where? I'm missing that.
All right, kicks off Friday, February 7th,
Oh.
2020 at 5 p.m. Pacific. And then it ends at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time on Saturday. You have a day and some change.
Wow.
Fuck that.
I didn't know that.
I don't give a fuck.
I thought this was like going to be like a 3-month.
Dude, give me something.
Beta.
Get it, or a week. Anything.
Fuck that. I'm not doing that.
No, I'm not signing up for that. It's fucking whack.
Yeah.
That's like a stressful stress test.
Yeah, that's all.
Like
it
they're
is.
like, fuck that.
Not even gonna be able to get in.
It's
dumb.
It's fucking bullshit. You'll play at the fucking late ass hours. You're gonna be like, oh, this is a good time. Play for 20 seconds.
Damn, I wasn't fast enough.
Damn.
Are we good with that?
Yeah, run it.
Next up, I have some news about Xbox Series X. That's what the next one's called.
Sure.
And we got a heads up from Phil Spencer. He's the Xbox leader. His last name is my first name.
I actually like Phil Spencer. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's something. It says when we
fuck those. You're like, whoa, Phil.
He's responding to the concept of console wars, and he says when you talk about Nintendo and Sony, there's a quote from him. We have a ton of respect for them.
Yeah.
But we see Amazon and Google as the main competitors going forward.
I don't know how they see the Stadia as the main competitor. People are dropping
That
the Stadia
cannot be what they're talking about.
I think he's just trying to have the greatest just foresight on this shit. But you could be an idiot thinking that far out.
So
he went on to say Amazon and Google are focusing on how to get gaming to 7 billion people around the world. Ultimately, that's the goal. There are 2 billion people who play video games on the planet today. We're not going to sell 2 billion consoles. Many of those people don't own a television. Many have never owned a PC. For many people on the planet, the phone is their compute device.
Xbox is going mobile gaming.
Dude, there's so much shit to just say about that. He goes, you're not even going to sell 1 billion? Yeah, you're not even going to sell 1 million Xbox One. Sorry, you fucking failed. That's a joke because they haven't sold as much as the PS4.
Right.
It's just not... Yeah. I fucking hate that. I like Phil. I hate what he's saying.
I agree with what he's saying, actually, 100%.
I can't agree with Google right now.
I do.
I disagree. When's the last time you played your Stadia? When's the last time they dropped a game?
I played like for an hour and stopped.
When's the last time they dropped a game on Stadia? By the way, this is the month that they are now going where you'll be charged monthly, and they haven't dropped a free game.
Yeah, they have.
What?
They dropped Metro Exodus.
Yeah, after people complained. Before that,
they've been doing it every month.
No, they didn't do it last month. Look it up. They haven't done it for the past few months. And then they dropped Metro Exodus, and there's another game. Because people complain. People have been raising hell. They're like, why the fuck do I have this?
Okay, it came out in November.
Yeah.
That's such a weird way to say this. I'm on the Xbox website right now, and they're talking about how like gaming is for everybody, and this is our philosophy. Gears 5 raises the bar for accessibility.
Click on it.
I know what it's saying, and I know what they've been doing, but raises the bar for accessibility.
It's not the right word to say.
That's such a weird way of saying that.
For wheelchair users.
Yeah.
They raise the bar to make it accessible. It's like,
That is a
wait,
very
come
good
back,
point.
bar.
That's
Let's
a very
hold
good
on.
point.
I mean, more people can play the game.
So for the Google Stadia in November, it was Destiny 2. It was actually another one, but it's not on here for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Samurai Showdown. I see.
What about Tomb Raider? Wasn't Tomb Raider one of them too?
That was January. In December, it was Farming Simulator.
Okay.
I'll give you. Might as well just say nothing. But also Tomb Raider. Okay, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. In January, the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration, Rise of Tomb Raider 20-year celebration was released, or was for free.
So that's Tomb Raider 2.
Yeah.
Different.
And then also in January was Thumper. And then in February is Guilt and Metro Exodus.
What do you know about Guild?
I'd have it when I...
I was about to say outside of real life. And then Metro Exodus, which is a good game from what I've heard.
Yeah.
What's
I
coming
actually
out?
have to download that. But yeah, no, I think the Stadia...
What's coming out in March?
Stadia is kind of a failure. Oh, I don't know. Nothing's out in March yet because, unfortunately, we're not there yet. But...
well, yeah, I mean, you say that, but at the same time, if you're hinging on that, that's my biggest problem with Stadia. Like, I was like, hey, man, if I'm wrong. I fucking whatever. But I just feel like they have such an advantage, and they're just like, you know what? Nah, we're not going to take advantage.
I agree. No, they're doing it really shitty. They're doing a very shitty job. But what they're doing, I believe, is the future. They're just...
Yes.
I don't know if they're going to
shitty
do it.
job of it.
I don't know if it's going to be Google to do it then.
Might not.
They're not off to a good start.
Might
So
not do it.
Google as a company, I've said this a lot of times over a lot of their different products over the years. Google does a fantastic job of starting a project and quitting halfway through it. Like they used to have Google Hangouts. They still have Google Hangouts, but it's so different.
Like, what about our time?
It's so different than what it originally was, and they like stopped supporting it.
Yeah.
And like, there's just so many different projects that they have over the years where they just stopped supporting it out of nowhere, and it's like people are using it, people are loving it, but they just don't care anymore. They had what was that one thing?
Google Plus?
It was like Google Plus. Yeah, like their Facebook thing that they started doing.
Plus, yeah. And they dropped it.
They dropped it. Their oh god, there were so many things. They had the Google phone service, the Google internet.
Fiber?
Fi.
Oh. Isn't that fiber? Isn't that the same thing?
It's fiber optic cabling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was like they were supposed to bring gigabit speeds
everybody, right?
to like everyone and here in
$70 a
Tempe and
month.
stuff. Yeah, it was supposed to be stupid cheap with no cap,
I might pay.
with no caps or
I'd
anything.
pay.
But it was like they keep offering these things and they start it and they have these great concepts and then someone else comes in and does it better.
I feel like a lot of what Google has is stuff that people have already done that they put their spin on, except for their basic stuff, right? Like Word, right? Wait, no, Word is Microsoft. No, yeah, every fucking thing. So, I mean, Google Chrome, cool. No problem, Google Chrome, right? And we're looking at the list right here. Google Drive, I have no problems with, right? Is there any qualms with that?
No.
No, right. I don't know what Google Cast is.
It's what we used to do in the living room, Google Chromecast.
Oh, that's
Google
right.
Chromecast.
Yeah. Google the Classroom, never used it. Google Forms, Google Flights. Interesting. Google Fit. That's interesting.
It just tracks your steps like the Apple Fit,
Yeah.
Apple Health or whatever.
Hangouts, that's any number of other already messaging things. Go back to the page.
Sorry.
And then, fuck is Google Keep? Google Maps is the best.
Yeah.
True that. Double
That's
true.
Google Keep is a notepad. It's sticky notes.
Come on, man. I don't need to know. Whatever. Pixel is competition for
The iPhone. It's which, mind you, fuck that, because the hardware in it is not as good as an Apple phone right now.
Yeah.
And it costs just as much, if not more.
So it's still developing.
Dude,
They're
Eric,
still making them, but
don't tell anybody I'm thinking about switching to Apple.
oh really?
Cool, man.
I in all honesty, right now their phones, hardware for dollar, like your quality of hardware for dollar is better going with like a iPhone 11, 10, even an 8 right now.
Got a 6.
Like any from the 8 on, you're getting your bang for your buck.
Yeah.
To where if you try and go Android, the only phone you're getting your bang for your buck for right now that I'm aware of is the OnePlus 7.
And I
OnePlus
can't get that
7
shit.
or 7T.
I don't think I can get that.
That's the only Android that I would recommend getting that's affordable.
Yeah.
To where you can get a new iPhone 8 for $500, $600.
Yeah. Only thing that sucks is the
Look that up
apps.
later.
Not really.
No.
For what, sir?
No, the apps are fine. I just have a lot of them on Android. Can I move them over? I can't.
Yes.
Right? Oh, I can't.
Yeah. There's a smart port. When the first time when you switch over, Apple actually made a app that you download that it'll download your entire Android phone and convert it over to Apple stuff.
When you're leaving us, we've got tools.
So even if I bought an app on Android, it then converts to an Apple one?
I think you need to keep your Android, or you need to find the license. Like you need to go through and find the license, and then when it asks you, when you turn on your Apple app for that app, you need to punch in that license and redeem it, and it'll ask you for login info or some kind of confirmation source. But I only had one app that I had to do that with, and
yeah, and thinking about it, I don't know how many would actually require that.
yeah.
Like I've got it's a bunch of crap, really.
As far as I'm concerned, the move from Android to Apple was really simple. From what I can tell, moving from iPhone back to Android, it would be a pain in the ass. I still use a shit ton of Google products on my Apple. I actually have an entire folder for it. I use Google Maps. I use that over
Apple Maps. Fuck Apple Maps, dude.
Apple
I
Maps
get so goddamn
terrible.
pissed off at Apple Maps.
I still use Google Keep, Google Drive, Google Sheets, Google Docs, and that's it, actually. That's all the Google stuff I use. Oh, Google Photos, and sorry, I'm trying to quickly go through this.
Good.
Google Home, because my house is all Google smart products.
Yeah.
What's up? Don't I know it?
93 Hatch. 211.
Hey.
What's 211? Is that a rapper?
So 422. I don't know, man.
But yeah, no, that as far as the Google stuff goes, moving over to Apple was super simple. It is a little weird to get used to. It took me about a month, if not a little bit more, to get used to it. But I honestly, for the hardware that you get out of it and the quality of it and the affordability of it in comparison, which is something I never used to say about Apple. I never said that they were affordable, and because they used to not be.
Yeah.
But since Android has started jacking up their prices on their Pixels and stuff, I can't really say, like, I don't buy or rent phones. Like, I pay outright for them because I don't like the whole monthly subscription thing. So, because if you are renting a phone, you're going to break it and you're going to just be like, oh, I'll just get another one. I'll lease another phone. Like, you don't want to lease things. You want to own them.
Yeah.
So I was always in the world of, I'm not paying more than $200 a phone. And then the first time that I spent $400 on a Google Pixel a Nexus 5, I was like, oh my God, pure Android experiences. I love this. The hardware is amazing. It's affordable. I'm all for Nexus. The Nexus converted and became Pixel. Pixel was a $600 phone. And I loved that phone for the most part until it shit out on me. Pixel 2 came out. It was an $800 phone. And now they're $900 phones. And the 3 was $900. And now the 4 is like $1,000 to get into one of them. And they're not that strong they are strong, attractive pieces of technology, but not for $1,000 when I could buy a piece of hardware like the iPhone 11 or 10 or 8 or XR. Any of those devices are, in my mind, just as strong as the Google Pixel is. If you want to get to the nitty gritty, no, it's not. Like the 8 and XR are... 8 is not, XR is probably comparable more so. The 10 and 11 are, I'd say the 10 is comparable, the 11 is probably competing with it. But then you still have the next generation of iPhone already coming out again. It's going to knock the Pixel 4 down. So it's kind of like, that was the weirdest thing ever.
Dude, this is kind of interesting right now. This is really fucking... Dude.
What is it?
We're using Google Earth right now. This is my first time.
JD just found out about the app Google Earth.
Oh.
Where he's like walking inside a building now in South Korea.
No, I'm in Shinjuku City in Tokyo.
He's in Tokyo. Sorry, I saw you searching
the first place I checked was Daegu, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is...
Eric just saw people squinting.
There's a Godzilla head over there.
Let's go to it.
There's a Godzilla!
Gojira.
Got a problem with you too, dog.
Oh.
Oh, God. Oh.
They put you on the street. Godzilla is not on the street. Godzilla's in the...
Hey, you're not... You're not...
Well, hello.
Hey, man, you want to go to Japan?
I want to go to Japan.
That'd be...
How are you?
As fuck. Oh, it's off of someone else's phone.
JD, are you drinking Steel Reserve?
I am right now.
Oh. I think Hatch is my boy James.
A man of no taste. Ah. Me. Come on.
Can you look up and say, oh, you can see his claws hanging over the building.
Go watch my movie. What is this? Gantz? It's Gantz.
Wow.
That's kind of cool.
So, Eric,
Is this Stormtrooper?
kind of wind down the show. When were you intending to get started with this D&D session thing?
Ooh, they dirty.
It really depends on when people are committing, like who's actually interested in playing. I would like to play probably in the next 2 weeks or so. But it really depends on, because right now the only people that have put any time into their characters are you, Spence, and actually 2 other people. I have 3 people right now that have put time into their characters. 2 of them one of them has a full fleshed out character, backstory, and everything. The other one has a half a character created with a full backstory, and you have a full character and a character motivation.
I guess I'll write a backstory. It's just that it's not going to be very complicated.
No, it doesn't have to. I'll send you one that I made. I'll send you one I made that it doesn't need to be complicated. I just need something like what I'm looking for is ties to your past, so I can have NPCs that you care about or that you know, that I can kind of like, I want to play with you. So if you make a character who, like you said, is a wrestler, who is his mentor? Where did he train? Who does he idolize? Who does he look up to? How many amateur matches has he competed in? How many times has he lost? Is he undefeated, or is he completely defeated and he keeps changing his name every time he loses so that he can start a undefeated record at some point.
He's the Chris Jericho of D&D. There you go.
Like, is he try a new catchphrase? Like, just things like that, so that I can
just made the list.
so that I can try. I want to incorporate your world into the world.
Okay.
And then we'll do a 1 hour. As people are finishing their characters, I'll do 1 hour sessions with people and do a D&D thing for them, just sessions, so that I can figure out, do they actually enjoy playing that character, or do they want to try a different character? Or if they don't know how to role play, I can get them a little comfortable with it and play around with them so that they feel confident in doing it. So that when we actually do have a session, also I'm trying to control the making sure everyone's alignment and goals match up, because I don't need someone trying to run an evil campaign while I'm trying to be a
do-gooder.
Not do-gooder, but
do
like
better.
Yeah, do better.
Gotcha. All right. Well, with that, that's the end of the show. Anything you guys want to say to everybody?
Google Earth isn't all that bad. I just like seeing these places. I think I'm a geography major at heart. Not an art major, geography. But yeah, no, we gotta talk about D&D offline, away from Spencer.
Okay.
And we need to play what's called again.
Yes, we do.
You broke my heart when you didn't play.
Yeah.
He knows you broke it.
Yeah. Honestly, I've been thinking about it all week. I've been wanting to play Divinity 2.
You've been feeding.
I just have not had a goddamn moment.
It's just us two, though. Thank God. It's just us two. Us two! Yeah, amplify that sound.
Hashtag me too.
Take it easy, everybody. See you next week.
Later.